use them. This is electrical stuff, don't touch it.
Why has it got a little twiddly thing on it then?
So that we can get to it. Oh. Insurance is in.
I know.
That's all done. That was designed for if you wanted Wi-Fi in the cab, so you can put a dongle in there and have Wi-Fi. Bonnet releases down on this side, so you just pull like that.
Yep.
Round here. Underneath you've got a little yellow catch. Push it back, and then that goes up by itself. Don't touch nothing. It's basically the rule of this. Engine coolant, battery coolant, everything's censored. Don't top it up yourself. Come back in here and we'll do it. Orange is high voltage. Do not touch that. Only job for you, screen wash. That's it. Other than that, touch nothing.
Right, so today is a very special day, a very exciting day, because I have just bought this.
Your phone numbers and all that be in there. Text messages will come through in the bottom. None of your naughty WhatsApp messages, just your texts. So basically, your bank.
I don't know what you're referring
and
to,
pizza
Holly.
up.
Yeah, I don't know what you're referring to, Holly, at all.
Right, page 3, you're driving extras.
I'm an innocent cab driver.
So, grey means off, green means on. Traction control you can turn off. Park assist, your front and back parking sensors, you want them on. Wiper service position you don't need to worry about. Camera just brings up the reversing camera without you putting it into reverse. Reduced guard turns the alarm sensors off in the back. So if you've got a dog or kids or whatever and you need to run to the shop and lock them in, it'll stop that going off. Lane departure warnings on the motorway will blip at you if you cross the line, but it doesn't shake your steering wheel.
Thank God.
Private locking is to do with the boot and will make you set up a PIN number. Leave that alone. Road sign information gives you your speed limits on the dashboard. Speed sign assist is brilliant if you use a speed limiter. Every time the speed limit changes, it will automatically change the limiter, so it keeps it to where you need to be. Drive mode is how you change it from petrol to electric and all of that.
Yep, literally just picked it up from Ascott's and drove it down to have the carpets fitted. Come on, let's see how precise you can get it, Michael. God, he's cutting into my brand new cab. I think you might have done this before, Mike.
A couple of times.
Yeah? You know, they charge you for this final floor and it ain't even finished, is it? Do you know what I mean? It's like...
Eddie, it's like the ice cream bags when they all pull up together. It's Gucci, Brian, Mr. Whitney. They're all on the bridge trying to sell ice cream. Kevin said to him, "Did you have a notice on the back window?" He said, "I got my identifier thing." I went, "No, you mind that child, you may be dead." That's on the back of ice cream bags, then it's law. Well, that's what we call Brian, Mr. Whitney now. Not Gucci Brian anymore.
Mr. Whitby?
He's got a white cap, hasn't he?
Yeah.
What, weddings? Yeah. And he worked for Stars.
Look at this, ripping me new cab apart already. Oh no. I only just picked it up as well. Look. Look at this, Tony's actually come out. Look, he's opening packets here, look.
It's technical stuff.
Look, technical stuff. He's getting involved in technical stuff.
Don't make them fall off.
Look at this. I've never seen you do manual labour, Tone.
Yeah, it's got like an unusual finish to it. When you've really worked it and taken it off, that's it.
That's it, boys. Now all you've got to do is stand there for 2 days while it dries, all right?
It's alright, by the hourly rate.
Time in an hour.
That's all right to dry.
Thought it might be.
It's a lot easier with 2 of you, isn't it? When you're doing it on your own, you're sort of running backwards and forwards, aren't you? Trying to making sure you've got the other end in the right place, and then you're trying to hold that end at the right place, and then as you move, it goes. And yeah, it's a nightmare.
At least your sticker's more in line. It covers the jacket.
It's beginning to look like my cab now, isn't it? Looked a bit plain before, didn't it?
So it makes a difference, doesn't it?
Yeah. Well, you know me, Tone. I can't drive in a cab that looks like everybody else. So there she is. Look, beautiful white, brand new electric taxi. Just brought it down to JV Bright's, where they fitted these absolutely stunning carpets in the back for me. Look at that. Absolutely beautiful. On the backs of the tip seats, on the doors. I think it just finishes the cab off beautifully. And in the front as well. I've just got to find somewhere to put all of my junk in here. And this isn't a paid promotion because I've actually paid for those carpets. I've just always been very loyal to JV Bright's. And yep, they fitted my weather shields on for me. I've got on the doors my chrome window washer covers and my mud flaps, which I've got on all 4 wheels. So yep, absolutely stunning. And yeah, I'm pleased. I'm very, very pleased with it. So yeah, don't know what to say. I've literally driven it from Ascott Cab Company, the main dealers, down here to get everything fitted. Still gonna have to find space to put everything, yeah, because yeah, it's a little bit different. So I've got to find space to put everything. So it's been almost a month now since I got my new cab, my new taxi, and I just wanted to let you know how I'm getting on with it. There's a lot of people that say that these new Electric TXe taxis are expensive, and there's no doubt that they are extremely expensive. But there are benefits to owning and driving or renting one of these, and that is when you're sitting in traffic, it's quiet. You're not getting any of the vibration that you do with a diesel vehicle. And although I've never been an advocate of electric vehicles, I've got to say that the driving experience is far superior to driving a diesel vehicle, a diesel taxi. Also, there's a lot more room in the front for the driver in these new electric taxis than there was in the TX4. And I've got to say, I'm really enjoying it. I'm really enjoying driving it. It's a totally different experience. It has got its faults, shall we say. There are things that I don't like about it, and I will point them out. But overall, the experience is a nice one, and I've got to say I'm loving it. I really am loving it. I was really apprehensive about buying one of these, and even my wife thought I wouldn't like it. And after driving it for about half an hour, I really began to realise that I was going to really enjoy this, and I was going to like it. I really like it. Also, there's the cost savings on fuel, and although I haven't got the electricity bill for at home yet, and I will update you when I do, so far I think I'm saving quite a lot of money on fuel. I'm saving a considerable amount of money on fuel. So that's a benefit, a huge benefit. I mean, other things like the air conditioning in this is great. It's fantastic. It's quiet. It's just a nice place to be, really. And I think that this is really going to enhance my working life as a taxi driver, driving this taxi. I still haven't got everything where I want it yet inside. I did have everything where I wanted it in the TX4, but I haven't got everything where I want it so far in here. I'm still trying to figure things out, but we'll get there in the end. But as I say, it's a pleasant experience that I didn't think I was going to enjoy, but I do enjoy it. It's really nice. And for doing the tours that I do, the panoramic roof, the clients, the guests absolutely love it. They love the smooth ride. They love being able to see out the roof and take photographs out of the roof or through the glass roof. And it seems to really enhance their experience of me giving them a tour in London. So that's another big bonus point. Also, I'm able to do tours with 6 people as well, which is a bonus as well, because I was losing out on some where there were 6 passengers. So there's a lot of positives, to be had with driving one of these. The negatives are the payments every month. I haven't paid finance on a taxi for a very, very long time, so that's probably the only downside to actually driving this. It is a little bit bigger. It is slightly bigger, but you soon get used to that. The driving position is a bit higher as well, and you get used to that as well. But anyway, I'm off to do a wedding at the moment, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you with me to compare a little bit of the driving between this electric taxi and a diesel TX4, because today I'm out in my white TX4. Right, so here we are in my white TX4. So I absolutely love this cab. It's only done 125,000 miles, and it drives like a dream. Just had the air conditioning regassed, so the air conditioning is working fine in here. And but as you can tell, it's a lot noisier experience, even though the engine on this cab is very, very quiet. You still get that that diesel vibration coming through, and there's a lot more rattles and shakes in here. I know it's an old cab, but it hasn't done a lot of mileage, so you know the electric cab does drive a lot tighter and a lot smoother actually. And also when you're sitting in traffic, you've still got that engine noise and the vibration from the diesel engine. And sorry, the standard of driving in London, it's become absolutely diabolical these days. It really has. It does make you wonder whether some people have actually got a driving licence, and I suspect that some of them haven't. That's only a suspicion, not casting aspersions. But yeah, you still get the noise, the diesel engine, and yeah, I am a bit of a petrol head to a certain extent. Petrol head driving a diesel cab. I've got to say the electric cab is a lot smoother to drive, a lot nicer to drive. And as I say, I was never an advocate for electric vehicles, but I'm not becoming convinced of electric vehicles per se, but I think in certain places they have their uses. You know, such as taxi driving in London when you're sitting in traffic quite a lot. You know, delivery vans in big cities. But let's be honest, if we all switched over to electric vehicles tomorrow, would our electricity infrastructure cope with the change? I very, very much doubt it. Also, the cost of charging, on-street charging, is just absolutely ridiculous. You know, it's cheaper to run it on petrol than it is to run on electricity. I'm lucky enough that I can charge it at home, and although I can't get a very, very cheap rate, the rate that we get at the moment isn't too bad. So it's you know, I can charge day or night on a relatively cheap rate. So that's quite good. People that say, oh, you know, if you live somewhere different, then you could possibly get a cheaper rate with someone like Octopus. But yeah, but then I'd probably have a more expensive rate during the daytime. So it swings and roundabouts. Our electricity is cheap anyway. So as you can see as well, it's a lot more cramped in the front of the TX4. Not a lot of room to move, to be honest. Whereas in the electric cab you have got room to move. So overall, I think so far I'm really enjoying the experience of driving the electric cab. Other than the couple of negative points in that the higher sign, whoever designed a higher sign that points towards the sky really needs their head looking at, because it was never ever going to work. And to be honest, I know that LEVC have come out with this peak thing that goes on it, which I probably will be having fitted. It's just whether I have it fitted as a black peak or whether I have it sprayed white. I'm not too sure yet. I'm going to speak to Ascott's when I go there next and see what we can do. And also the E-rag problems, you know, after sort of 6-7 years, I mean, that problem should really have been sorted by now. You know, I can sort of to some extent understand that it may still be happening on older cabs, but not on 24 plate cabs. It shouldn't be happening. And I have heard of a couple where the E-rad's gone on fairly low mileage new taxis, and that shouldn't really be happening. And that's something that LEVC really need to take a look at. And also the only other downside is the lack of storage space in the front. That's a little bit of a problem, a little bit of an issue, and something that I'm trying to work out where to put things in the electric cab as I go along. And I will show you what I mean when we get back in the electric cab later on this evening, as to, you know, the lack of storage. But that's a problem that can be overcome, to be honest. You know, people moaned about the boot space on the LEVC. To be honest, I've managed to get almost everything that I had in the boot on my TX4 in the LEVC, so I'm not really finding that an issue, to be honest. It's just a matter of slotting things in different places, so not finding that an issue, so it's not really a problem for me at the moment. Long journeys, it's really comfortable. I'm not feeling as tired when I get home of an evening. I don't feel as grubby either. You know, you feel a bit sticky and grubby when you're driving internal combustion engine diesel vehicle, but in that I'm not feeling as dirty or grubby in it. So yep, so far for me, and I'm only a month in, this may change as we go further along. So far for me, the experience is one of a positive experience, very positive. And I'm not going to say to blokes, to drivers that drive diesel taxis, oh, you should go out and buy one. It's personal choice. It's down to the individual. And you know, I've been pondering on this for a long time. I've never mentioned it before, not to really anybody. I think the only person I've spoken to is my wife and John. So yeah, I've been pondering it for a long time, and finally took the plunge. As I explained in the previous video, there was numerous reasons for doing it at this time. The ironic thing is, I bought the taxi, and then all of a sudden there's an interest rate drop, which would have reduced the price per month. But hey ho, that's life, I suppose. You know, to a certain extent, I knew there was going to be an interest rate drop at some point, and the interest rates were going to come down. But you can't put your life on hold, can you? And you've got to move on. You've got to be positive. And at the moment, I'm feeling positive. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling positive, and I'm happy. And that's the main thing in life. If you're happy, and you're happy in what you do for a living, then life can be good. I've still got to get my camper van done, and I'm rambling now, but I've still got to get the camper van done. Progress on that has been very slow. Well, let's put it like this, it's not been slow, it's been at a full stop at the moment, but we shall crack on. So anyway, I'm going to crack on, get down and do this wedding, and let's see how we get on with that. As you can see, there is very little space to put anything in here. You know, I've got my glasses here, my tablet for doing the credit cards, my work phone, which isn't in the place that I really want it at the moment. I don't really want it there. I think it needs to go up here somewhere. I'm actually thinking about swapping my phones over and having this as my work phone. The other one there is just used as a speed camera detector, just an old phone. And the box here doesn't really have much space in it. As you can see, it's not very deep. Got my AirPods and that in there, and my Bose ones, and you know, my battery charger, and that's about, and my Neom air purifier. So there isn't much space to put anything, and also the luggage space is a little bit restricted. I know I've got all my junk in the front at the moment, but also if you've got anything over there, you can't reach over to get it. So that's a little bit of a problem, but it's something that, you know, they're minor problems. You know, these are all things that I can overcome, and I will overcome. As you can see, the mirrors are not brilliant, so I've fitted these little blind spot mirrors. A lot of drivers fit them on the bottom of the mirror here, but I think that takes up too much real estate on the mirror, so I've actually fitted them here. I'll go through all the bits and pieces I've fitted in the cab at a later date. One other thing that is that when people are sitting in the back, if they don't put their seatbelt on, you get a bleeping all the time, and the light that comes up that says fasten seatbelt. You know, when I first picked this cab up from Ascot's, which is where I bought it, after about half an hour of driving it, I was on my way up to JV Bright's to have the carpets fitted that you see a bit of the video. You see Michael at JV Bright's fitting the carpets earlier in the video. I phoned my wife and I just said, I just love driving this, and I'd only been in it about half an hour. So yeah, I think it was the right move, the right decision. Only time's going to tell whether it turned out to be the right decision for me. Let's hope it was. Lots more videos to come. I know I've been very, very slack. Do you know, it's not the actual fact of recording videos, because I've got a lot recorded. It's the editing. The editing takes so long that it's trying to find the time in between working to edit the videos, because I don't. Yeah, I have earned a little bit of money from YouTube, not a lot, a tiny little bit, but not even enough to take a day off of work, one day off in a month to edit videos. So I'm just trying to do them in my spare time at the moment, and with a young granddaughter that demands a lot of my time, you know, it's extremely difficult, but I wouldn't have it any other way. So anyway, onwards and upwards. Be lucky. See you in the next one.
Call me a cabbie.